half in the bag. These jerks can't fix the VCR right.
So are you looking forward to seeing Your Highness?
I don't know, I heard Natalie Portman uses a body double in it.
So that's not her ass?
Apparently not.
Well, whose ass is it?
I don't know.
Is there a way to find out?
I'm assuming you can find it on the internet somewhere.
Well, I'd like to know who I've been masturbating to for the last 6 weeks.
Hey, are you two sitting there talking about masturbation on my dime?
No.
No.
Because that reminds me, I gotta hang up my new picture of Jesus. There it is.
Mr. Plinkett, that's not Jesus.
Of course it's Jesus. Jesus can look like anybody because he lives in your heart. And my Jesus looks like a sexy little black girl. Well, I'm gonna hang it up now. You guys want to help me? Help me get it straight and level now, because I want it to look good in my wall. What do you think?
Lower, a little bit lower.
Up.
Okay.
Straighter.
Straighter.
Yeah, no, that's sideways.
That's the opposite of straight.
Can't you tell that the face is sideways?
Yeah.
Actually, right there. That's
Right there is
perfect.
perfect.
That's great. Yeah.
Cut! I don't want goddamn prick that, you stupid picture and that, you.
Wow, that was a disaster.
Yeah. Speaking of disasters, we just saw Your Highness.
In a faraway land, there lived two brothers. One brave and bold, the other not so much.
Woo! Your Highness is a fantasy adventure comedy with magic and wizards and sorcery.
Your brother is about to embark on a quest.
The evil wizard Lazar has taken my love.
You must journey with your brother to rescue his bride.
Can I sleep on it?
It had some good actors in it, though. James Franco and Danny McBride play two brothers that are knights that go on a quest to save James Franco's new bride, who's the damsel in distress, played by Zooey Deschanel. And Natalie Portman's in the film, and she plays kind of like a psychotic, deranged ballerina who's kind of slowly going into madness as her psyche breaks down. And that part felt a little weird. It gets kind of disturbing.
Are you sure you're not thinking of another Natalie Portman movie?
Like a recent Natalie Portman movie?
Yeah.
Like what?
No Strings Attached with Ashton Kutcher?
Oh, right, yes.
I will probably die on this quest. Courtney definitely will.
What were your overall impressions about this film?
If it was 2 a.m. and I was stumbling home drunk and not ready to go to bed, and I turned on cable and this movie was on, I would probably watch the whole thing.
I was surprised by this movie, the fact that it didn't have any jokes in it. There's two types of humor. There's jokes, and then there's funny things. Jokes typically are some kind of setup and payoff, and have some sort of value to them. Funny things are the guy falls down the stairs and goes boom.
I will quest the way I like. Here I come. Ow. This quest sucks.
Most of the humor, actually like 90% of the humor I noticed during this film was contextual humor. Humor that's funny in context, like the internet series called Chad Vader. You have a kind of a dark, sinister, very solemn, straight character like Darth Vader, and you put him into a wacky scenario, and it's instantly funny.
I will go ahead and switch your long-distance service for you. There may be a slight...
I never said I wanted to switch long-distance carriers.
I am altering the deal.
This, they set it up where it takes place in sort of like a medieval times kind of era.
Yeah.
But then when they say something like really stupid or vulgar, in that context,
yeah,
it's funny when it wouldn't be funny kind of in a regular movie.
This quest sucks.
People talking kind of regally and in Old English, and then all of a sudden the scene just ends with someone going, "Oh, fuck."
Right.
Like that was the joke 90% of the time.
Yes, yeah.
And it
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
really, really old. It got old. There's an opening monologue in the movie, like a voiceover, where they're like, in a time of wizards and magic and adventure and other shit like that. And it's like, that's the first joke.
That was the first, yeah. That was the first laugh.
No.
With our huge muscles, we shall protect you.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? That didn't really go as planned.
What I was surprised by the movie was like the production value.
Yeah.
I was expecting like Robin Hood Men in Tights, like just like a horrible set, and that would have made it better.
If it looked cheap, really? Because I would say that the stuff that I was most amused by in the movie, that I was the most entertained by, was the sort of fantasy aspect of it, the adventure fantasy. Because it's schlocky, but it's not played up too much. Like, it doesn't look cheap. It looks good.
Right.
But it's still done in a very sort of lighthearted way, and that made it entertaining to me. The attempts at actually being funny were not as funny as the schlocky fantasy action sequences.
I enjoyed the adventure storyline.
Yeah,
Like
it was fine, yeah.
It was like a decent like quest movie. The visual effects were good, and the makeup effects were good, and the sets. And the one thing I was thinking of while I was watching it, I was like, wow, you know, if this was the 80s, like this would have been like a groundbreaking movie, like you know, as terms of sets and effects and stuff. And now it's just like throwaway.
This quest sucks.
Kudos to the marketing team.
Oh, they knew what they needed to focus on.
What's right for you to spy on a bathing woman?
I'm simply keeping an eye on her. Oh God, she's looking at us. Remain perfectly still.
When I saw the trailer, I was like, this is weird. I like everybody involved with this movie, but it doesn't look funny. There's no jokes in the trailer. And then they show that shot to get your attention.
Yeah.
Because there's no jokes in the trailer, and then as it turns out, there's no jokes in the movie. So it's like, what do you focus on from a marketing standpoint?
Yeah.
This movie is bombing horribly at the box office. And the only reason I can think of is that the people that want to see a dumb stoner comedy don't want to see a fantasy movie with elves and wizards and people shooting lightning bolts at each other. And the people that want to see fantasy movies don't want to see a dumb comedy.
Unless you want to see a film that takes the fantasy elements seriously, a fantasy movie like this would typically be for younger people, kids or something like that, like a I don't know, Harry Potter or the what's the movie with Nicole Kidman and lions, where it's like a 13 to 15-year-old kind of demographic, like preteen, teen, preteen. It's either that or like Lord of the Rings, and there's really nothing in between. This is like Harry Potter with F words.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't enough pot humor in it for the pot humor crowd.
Yeah, it's weird because this was a movie that felt really creative, but at the same time it felt very lazy. It was trying to be a comedy, and it was really lazy in that respect, but in the fantasy elements, it was genuinely creative.
Yeah.
So it kind of ends up being a movie for nobody.
Well, it's a shame because I was watching this movie, and Danny McBride's in it, and he's in that show Eastbound and Down, which is a fucking hysterical show. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't seen it. I've wanted to see it because I like everyone involved with it. They all made the movie The Foot Fist Way together.
Oh, right.
And that's a great movie. So.
It's a really kind of well-written, sarcastic, horrible show. The tone is really specific and different, and it's hysterical. And watching him in this, it's like where is that sharpness? Where's that brilliance? And I think feature films have kind of become the bottom of the barrel of entertainment. You have programs like, you know, Boardwalk Empire, The Sopranos, Mad Men, Dexter, programs like that are just really well written and really smart. And then you go to the movies and you don't see that in films on the big screen. They're just like prepackaged schlock to get enough money that opening weekend to cover the budget and then move on. And this kind of felt like that. It's like, why isn't this as like smart and clever as that? and it's probably it all goes back to marketing. And our package is Your Highness, a fantasy movie aimed at stoners. Go.
Yeah.
Get it done, move it on.
People liked Pineapple Express, so make another movie that has pot humor in it.
Yeah. Oh, but it doesn't have to have pot humor in it. You just got to get them in the theater.
Yeah, the most telling thing is when we left the theater, the very first thing you said was, one of these days on Half in the Bag, we need to review a real movie.
Right. Yeah.
And that kind of sums it all up.
Yeah.
You've got to suck out the venom. I don't want to suck it, you suck it. I can't reach you with my mouth. Courtney, suck the venom. I've never sucked venom. Suck it.
So, final thoughts on Your Highness?
Thaddeus?
Yes?
I've not been able to stop thinking of you.
What a coincidence. I was just about to finish thinking of you.
Your Highness.
So speaking of horrible wastes of time, have you seen Plinkett since this morning?
Yeah, I saw him in the kitchen just a minute ago. He said he was leaving and that we should leave the house for the next 6 hours.
Why would we want to do that? I mean, there's cold beer in the fridge, and there's...
Oh, I'm gonna kill
What is this? What's going on?
Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez! Oh my God! What are you guys doing in here? This is a major cockroach hive. Didn't anyone tell you to leave?
What?
My insides hurt.
My brain hurts.
Hey, have you seen Samurai Cop? Hey, sorry I sprayed you guys with those noxious chemicals.
Yeah, are those going to give us cancer?
Yep. So Samurai Cop, you saw it, right? I've seen it 100 times.
Really?
I can't not watch it. It's very compelling.
Wow. Okay.
I've seen a lot of bad movies in my time. I'm not sure I've ever seen a movie that's so bad. I've seen movies that looked worse, or had worse scripts, or were more badly directed. But it's kind of this perfect storm of everything terrible
It
happens.
encompasses all of those elements.
It really does.
Do you like what you see?
I love what I see.
Would you like to touch what you see?
Yes, I would.
Would you like to go out with me?
Yes, I would.
Would you like to fuck me?
It's like if you took 10 years worth of outtakes of like a terrible syndicated cop show. And it's just all the stupid things like, they're just randomly swearing or just the timing's all off and like, oh boy, this will never fly on UPN. And then you made a movie out of it and you had 1 day of reshoots so you could get your actor to take his pants off as much as possible. Man, that guy's just pantsless.
Well, the worst scene is the long opening shot with the Asian Fu Manchu guy with his taint, and his legs are spread open. We were wondering about the excessive male, not nudity, but the excessive male underwearness in this film.
Hey, take it easy, man.
See, that's what makes me think, again, like the outtakes thing. Like, oh man, he's just in his underpants again.
Yeah.
Like that's...
That should be cut out of the movie.
Exactly, but that's, oh man, his wig just fell off. Yeah, that's going in the outtakes reel. No, my friend. That's what we got to work with.
Yeah, half the time the lead character has actual long hair.
Right.
And at some point during shooting, he must have cut it. They put the worst wig on him imaginable.
I feel like somebody stuck a big club up my ass.
The interesting thing about this for me, and perhaps for just general B-movie fans, is that you've got a lot of essentially what are celebrities. You've got Robert Zadar for the chin, and you've got Melissa Moore for the boobs, and you've got Gerald Okamura for needing more pants too. And you've got these people that you actually recognize, and you wonder why.
How did they end up in this movie?
They had enough money to hire these people.
Yeah.
They didn't spend any money on anything else, really. They clearly didn't spend it on the effects.
Well, they bought a bunch of fireworks that they shot at the cars.
Yeah.
They would attach to cars. So let's talk about the gay waiter.
Okay.
That's another scene, if we were talking about one scene that someone should watch.
You're assuming he's gay by his manners and inflections.
Yes.
Because you're a homophobe, or a waiter-phobe.
Where's her father?
Bang! Killed? Who shot him?
He.
Who?
Him.
Who's him?
Himself.
Oh, he committed suicide.
Yes!
Someone hasn't seen Samurai Cop before. and you can show them one scene from it to show how amazing this film is, what would that scene be?
See, that's tough because the starter is obviously the nurse scene.
Have you been circumcised?
Yeah, I have. Why?
Well, your doctor must have cut a big portion of it off.
No, he was a good doctor.
If you took the whole hospital scene as a whole, maybe that would be a good way to kind of get the whole thing across.
A lot of the
because
best
you've
stuff
got-
in the movie is in that scene.
Robert Zadar inside the laundry cart was dressed like a doctor.
Well, and then the security guard shows up and sees the remaining body, the guy that got his head cut off, and he yells, "Call security!"
Call security!
You are security.
You're security.
Sir.
And the room right next to that hospital room is a dentist office in the hospital.
Oh, that's right.
You and I got nothing to do. Let's fuck.
Shut up.
So if you want to see Samurai Cop for yourself,
and you should,
there's going to be a screening of it Saturday, April 16th at the No Brand Con, which we're going to be at in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And we're going to be talking about the film. We're going to screen it. So that's...
I heard about karaoke. Was there karaoke?
There's karaoke there.
At the No Brand Con?
At the No Brand Con.
There's karaoke?
It's on the schedule.
Wow.
And it's in a room.
This convention has everything.
There's going to be a lot of things going on. We can't guarantee we'll do any karaoke, but I may bring my risk board, though.
Oh.
My 8-foot-long risk board and play some
got
risks.
real.
There's tabletop gaming, 24-hour tabletop gaming. Magic cards and things like that, I would
We're
assume.
talking about paradise here.
Yeah.
But don't forget to stop for an hour and a half to see Samurai Cop.
Right. So how is this place is really a cockroach-infested nest?
Well, I mean, you should see it when I don't come in.
How often do you come in?
Weekly.
Oh, okay. I'll have to keep that in mind.
I'm really just holding them back. We call it pest control, not pest eradication.
Yeah, okay.
But your badge says pest extermination.